Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai ya la 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 lai yai lai 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 yai la la lai yai lai ya la 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 lai yai lai 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 yai lai la lai lai yai lai lai yai lai 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 yai lai lai ya lai lai ya lai 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 ya lai 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 ya lai. Hadayata is the name of that nigun. It's named after a granddaughter of Jacob's, our patriarch Jacob. And it's the story behind that nigun is that, and I'm telling this because we are in the middle of the narrative of Jacob's son Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat and the sojourn in Egypt and the family coming because of a famine. And of Jacob learning that his son Joseph, who he had already gone through the process of mourning and bewailing the loss of, finding out that Joseph is still alive. And the brothers were so afraid that it would shock their father so much to find out that he was alive. They had one of the granddaughters go and sing this melody first. And this melody was going to soften and melt his heart so that he would not be so shocked. So I'll do it one more time with that in mind. Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai ya la 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 lai yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai ya la 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 lai yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 ya la 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 lai ya la la ya la la yai lai 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 yai lai 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 ya lai. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We're just coming out of this period of lighting lights for 8 days, increasing the light for 8 days of Hanukkah, and the new year as well happening. A new month that we are in now, a new Hebrew month, a new secular month of January, and a new year, 2025. May it be filled with blessings for all of us, and health and prosperity, all good things. Tonight, I would like to invite Morley up, Morley, if you're willing, to come up and light candles for us, Shabbat candles. Morley, come on up and light candles with me, will you? For everyone, if you're here for the first time, perhaps under the seat, you'll find there is a prayer book, a Siddur, and the candle blessing is on page 120. Page one, where, did Morley just leave? Oh, he's getting a talit. He's good. It's a good mitzvah, Morley. It's so good that you came tonight.
Yes,
We needed you.
I'm so happy.
We needed you. My friend, come on. You're looking great. We'll start with this reading and then we'll light and bless.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
And we'll light the candles, and we'll do it. We'll sing it together.
Should I use this?
Use that.
Oh, okay. Lots of luck.
Yeah, you could do that. That's much smarter, actually,
Ow.
I think.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kichana b'mitzvot sav v'tzivona l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Read it in
Bless-
English for us?
Blessed art thou, eternal one, sovereign of time and space. You hallow us with your mitzvah and command us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Amen. Let's sing it too. Baruch atah Adonai,
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Hine matzov manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
Hine matzov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matzov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matzov, shevet achim gam yachad.
Hine matzov
manayim,
shevet achim gam yachad. Shalom aleichem, malachei hasharei, malachei
elyon.
melech, malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu.
Boachem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch.
Barchuni l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei
elyon. Mi melech,
malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Satan.
Satan l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu.
Thank you so much, Murli. Shabbat shalom.
Thank
Shabbat
you.
shalom to
Thank
everyone.
you.
We're going to turn to page 138 and 139 to welcome Shabbat tonight, singing the traditional Lecha Dodi. Lecha Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, panei panei Shabbat kabbalah. Lecha Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, panei panei Shabbat nekabela la 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 lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, panei panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, panei panei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, לשם תפארת ולתהילה, לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף
סוף מעשה ומחשבתי לה 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 לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת nekabela. We're jumping to verse 5, all about light. Hitorari, kiva ore kumi ori, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayit negila, la 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 lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat. Likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. If you're able, in body or spirit, please rise. We face the entrance door and imagine Shabbat sweeping in over and around all of us. Boi v'shalom mater ba'ala, gam b'simcha uvetzola, toch hamonei am segula, boi chala, la 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 dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Beloved, come to meet the bride, Shabbat, as the bride and the queen. Beloved, come to greet Shabbat. On the very next page, page 140, a psalm for Shabbat. It's good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak and your faithfulness each night. With a 10-stringed harp, with voice and lyre together, you have gladdened me by your deeds, Adonai. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai, how very subtle your designs. A brute cannot know, a fool cannot understand this. Let's join together and read. The righteous bloom like a date palm. They thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. My rock in whom there is no wrong. Invite everyone to rise for the Chatzi Kaddish and the Baruch. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlik malchutei. B'chayei chonov yomeichon. B'chayei dochol beit Yisrael. Bagala, o bizman kari ve'imeru. Yahesh meraba mevorach, le'alam olal me'almaya, yitbarach ve'yishtabach, yitpa'ar v'yitromam ve'yitnaseh, ve'yithodar ve'yitale ve'yitalal, shemei dekudesha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata. Toshbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma ve'imeru. Amen. Yai la 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 ya la ya la la. Yai la 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 ya la la. Yai la 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 la. continue on page 148 with the blessings for the coming of evening. We'll read together in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, bechochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzevaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shokbeinu, Ukumenu nasiach bechukecha, V'nismak b'divrei Toratecha, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובכם נגה יומם ולילה, נגה יומם ולילה, ואחוותך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated as we continue with the Ve'ahavta on page 154. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Emet. I'm going to continue on page 158 and 159. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home, to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Mi kamocha po elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehtar b'kodesh, norat tehilot. Norat tehilot tosefele, malechutecha ra'uvanecha, bokei ayol lifnei Moshe b'rio, ze li anu ve'amru, ze li anu ve'amru, Adonai lo le'olam va'ed, Adonai lo le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar k'Adonai et Yaakov, uge'alo miyad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God, and bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. On page 162, let's join our voices together. Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabbat, la'asot et hashabbat le'dorotam berit ha'olam. Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. Some people are here for the first time, so we're going to tell you. We're going to take a deep breath now
And we are going to audibly sigh out the stressful, maybe troubles you had this week, busy week you had, and get ready for the restful sigh to come. So let's sigh that out. You ready? Ah. Yeah, that was big. Shabbat vayinafash, and now the sweet rest to come. Shabbat vayinafash v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-shabbat, hey, la'asot et ha-shabbat ledorotam berit olam. We rise now for tefillah, for the Amidah. We begin on page 164. Adonai, Sephatai Tiftach, V'yagi, Tehilatecha, Adonai, open up my lips, my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, v'Elohei Avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Hasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Hasdei Avot ve'imachot, Umevii Geula Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo be'ahava, Melech Hozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atara v'choshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid ha'gashem, Mechalkel chaim b'chesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Someh noflim v'rofeh cholim, O matir asurim, O mekayem emunato lishenei afar, mi hamocha ba'al gevurot, O midam elach, melech memit u'mechayeh, O Atzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom yechalu hasela. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. You may be seated as we continue together. On page 172, you set aside the seventh day for your name, the pinnacle of creation, and you blessed it above all the other days, more sacred than all festival times. So it is written in your Torah, the heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God had completed the work that had been done, ceasing then on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, and ceased from all the creative work that God had chosen to do.
Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai our God, grant as our heritage your holy Shabbat, that Israel, who sanctifies your name, may rest on it. Praise to you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 174, Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael, u'tefilatam be'ahavat tekabel, u'tchil ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. El karov l'chol korav, pnei alavadecha v'chonenu, shefoch ruchacha aleinu. Find favor, Adonai our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer in love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable. God, who is near to all who call, turn lovingly to your servants and pour out your Spirit upon us. Let our eyes behold your loving return to Zion. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai, hamachazir shechinato leTzion. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, a wonder beyond words, for the awareness of our soul, our light within, and for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'lecha na'eh lechodo. We sing this evening a blessing, asking God to grant peace. Page 178. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Tasim leolam, shalom rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. B'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael, b'chol עת ובכל שעה Shlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvorech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom. Give an opportunity for everyone to express their innermost prayers of the heart silently for the next couple of moments. Yehiyu l'ratzonim refi, Begion libi lefonecha, Adonai tzuri, Adonai tzuri vego ali, Ose shalom bimroma, Uya'aseh shalom aleinu, Ve'al kol Yisrael, Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru, Amen. With our tefillah and our personal prayer of the heart, we have drawn closer, opened the gates to heaven, and so we take this opportunity to think of those in need of healing. I invite you to turn to page 371, page 371. מי שברך אבותינו ואמותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך את החולים. And as my hand comes across the sanctuary, if you have names that you would like to mention aloud, please do that. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. And we include these names this evening from our community: Leonore Sorger and Emily Appel, Laura Katari, Frida Ravkina and Michael Ravkeen, Gladys Mosley, Barry Pakillis, Philip Shamus, Audrey Kusan, Callum Deneau, Hannah Bat Shoshana, Ed Kotanen, Adam Sperber, Sahava Malka Sapir, Peter McCabe, Melissa Nolette, Catherine Wedham, Ron Byrne, Jay Brandis, and Diane Christenfeld. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and of spirit, and we say together, Amen. And let us sing out our intentions for healing for the entire world, not only just those we love. On page 371 in the middle, you'll find the words. Misheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Tonight we also include prayer for the redemption of hostages. Our God, the one who raised Joseph up from the pit, be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in time of trouble. Send complete rescue and full redemption to all those held captive. Strengthen their spirit and bring them our prayers that they may be protected from harm. Implant understanding in the heart of the enemy that they may return the captives in wholeness of body and spirit. Grant wisdom to the Israel Defense Forces that they may secure freedom for the captives without loss of life. Grant strength of spirit and courage of heart to all the sons and daughters of Abraham, Sarah, and Hagar, to release bonds of captivity and allow us all to live in freedom. They shall call upon me and I will answer them. I will be with them in distress. I will rescue them and honor them. It says in Psalm 91, verse 15. Well, Shabbat Shalom to all of you. It's the first Shabbat of the new year, of the secular new year, that is. You know, ever since Simchat Torah this past year, we have been reading from the Torah and in the book of Bereshit, and we've got one more Torah portion to come next week in this book of Bereshit. But in it, in this book, chapters 37 on up to 50 is the longest unbroken narrative in the entire Torah. And the main character and hero, of course, is Joseph. The story begins and ends with Joseph. Now, we've seen Joseph as a child. He was beloved. He was spoiled by his father, Jacob. As an adolescent, a dreamer, resented by his brothers, as a slave, then as a prisoner in Egypt, and then as the second most powerful figure in the greatest empire of the ancient world, Egypt. The narrative revolves at every part on Joseph and his impact that he made on others. He dominates the whole last third of Bereshit, the first book in the Torah, casting his shadow on everything. Joseph seems destined for greatness. But you know what? History didn't actually turn out that way. On the contrary, another brother in his family leaves his mark on the Jewish people. We bear his name. Our tribe, our covenantal family, has been known by several names: Ivri, Hebrew, perhaps relating to Apiru, that means outsider, stranger, nomad, a wanderer from place to place, or the name Yisrael, derived from Jacob's new name after wrestling with God and prevailing. Later, after the division of the kingdom and the conquest of the north by the Assyrians, our people are known as Yehudim, or Jewish. And to this day, because the tribe of Judah dominated the kingdom of the south, and they survived the Babylonian exile, so not Joseph, but Judah was conferred his identity with our people. Judah became the ancestor of Israel's greatest king, David. Judah, from whom the Messiah will be born. Why Judah and not Joseph? Well, we find the answer actually in the beginning of the Torah portion this week, Vayigash. The two brothers, Judah, Joseph, confront one another, and Judah pleads for Benjamin's release. Now, we need to revisit the clue found in many chapters back as Joseph's narrative was just beginning. Recall that it was Judah who proposed selling Joseph into slavery. Judah said to his brothers, "What will we gain if we kill our brother and cover his blood? Let's sell him to the Arabs and not harm him with our own hands. After all, he's our brother, our own flesh and blood." And his brothers agreed. It's a speech of terrible callousness. Judah doesn't say anything about the evil of murder, but instead calculates that they'll get more out of selling than murdering him. And at the very moment he calls Joseph our own flesh and blood, he's proposing to sell him as a slave. So it's not like that really matters to him. Judah has none of the tragic nobility of Reuben, another of the brothers, who the only one of those brothers sees that they're doing something that is very wrong and makes an attempt to save him. It fails. At this point, Judah is the last person from whom we would expect great things. However, Judah, more than anyone else in the Torah, changes. The man we see all these years later is not what he was then. Then he was prepared to see his brother sold into slavery, and now he's prepared to suffer that fate himself rather than see Benjamin held as a slave. He says to Joseph, "Now, my lord, let me remain in place of the boy as your lordship's slave, and let him go with his brothers. How can I return to my father without the boy? I could not bear to see the misery which my father would suffer." Judah has changed. His statement here shows a complete reversal of character. Instead of callous, he's full of concern. He's willing to suffer what he once inflicted on Joseph to spare his younger brother Benjamin. It's at this point that Joseph reveals his identity. And we know why. Judah has passed the test that Joseph has carefully constructed for him. Joseph wants to know if Judah had changed, and he has. So this makes Judah the first Baal Teshuvah in our Torah, the first person who corrects a sin that they recognize in themselves. Do you wonder how that change happened? Do you wonder when that happened? For that, we need to go back 2 portions and recall what seemed to be a very strange intrusion to our biblical narrative, and that is the story of Tamar. Now, Judah had married a Canaanite woman and had 3 sons. Tamar married the oldest of Judah's sons, and died before they had children. So Judah, in keeping with the tribal culture, had Tamar marry his second son, Onan. Side note, onanism, or the action a man takes by spilling his seed, comes from this story in our Torah and the name Onan. Onan did not father a child with Tamar, and he also dies. So Judah keeps Shelah, his youngest son, from marrying Tamar. Obviously seems like bad luck to marry Tamar. And has her move back with her parents until Shelah, this is his story, until Shelah is older. But the years go by and Judah neglects to match them. And by now, Judah's wife has also died. So Tamar does something extraordinary, something brave, manipulative, and tricky. When Judah comes to do business in the town where her parents live, she disguises herself as a harlot by the roadside, and sure enough, Judah sleeps with her. He promises to pay her a goat, and as insurance, he leaves his staff, ring, and seal with her. Tamar vanishes without payment, the goat. She's pregnant with twins. Now Judah finds out that his unmarried daughter-in-law Tamar has played the harlot and is pregnant, and he insists that she be burned. He's outraged. Well, it doesn't take long for Tamar to remind Judah by showing him his staff, his ring, and his seal, that he, in fact, is the father. Judah now understands the whole story. He realizes that he had placed Tamar in an impossible situation of living widowhood, that he is the father of her child, and that Tamar has behaved actually with extraordinary discretion in not revealing his truth in public to shame him. Judah admits that he's wrong, saying, "She was more righteous than I." This is the first time in our Torah that someone acknowledges their own guilt. It is also a great turning point in Judah's life. Here is born that ability to recognize one's own wrongdoing, to feel remorse, and to change. The complex phenomena known as teshuvah, that later leads to a great scene in Vayigash, where Judah is capable of turning his earlier behavior on its head and doing the very opposite of what had once been done before. Judah is ish, a man, ish teshuvah, a penitential man. Now, we are all named after Judah. We are Yehudim, we are Jews. In the Hebrew verb, lehodot, from which Judah's name comes, actually has 2 meanings. First, it means to thank, and that's what Judah's mother, Leah, when she had her 4th son, gave this name because she wanted to say, this time I will thank God. So she gave him the name Judah. But it also means to admit and to acknowledge. The term vidui, our confession, which we hear so much of over the High Holy Days, has that same root. It's part of our teshuvah, returning to the right path. Here's something the rabbis taught about those who do teshuvah. In the Talmud it says, Rabbi Abahu says, in the place where penitents stand, those seeking forgiveness and returning to proper behavior, even the perfectly righteous cannot stand. One who commits sin and then corrects that behavior to never do that sin again is greater than one who never sinned at all. Well, let's face it, we're human. We are all fallible. We're going to sin or miss the mark as we understand sinning in Judaism. And the rabbis are giving us tremendous hope by acknowledging that our change and teshuvah, our return to what is right, is the holiest state that we can hope for. In this biblical narrative of Joseph, who always did everything right, we see that he becomes the Mishneh Lamelech, the second to the king, but Judah becomes the father of Israel's king. His twin sons with Tamar are Perez and Zerah, the ancestral line of King David. Where the penitent Judah stands, even the perfectly righteous Joseph cannot stand. However great an individual may be in virtue of his or her natural character, greater still is the one who is capable of growth and of change. Let us reflect on our own capacities in this regard. Tikkun Olam begins with the self. May we be as brave as Judah to acknowledge and correct our mistakes, opening the door for blessings to unfold. Let us awaken our souls to all its potential. Shabbat Shalom. Awaken my soul to all its potential. A letter unique in an infinite scroll, both a guest and a gift in this life I am living. May I be for a blessing as I come and I go. I come and I go. Awaken my heart to all its potential. A letter unique in an infinite scroll, both a guest and a gift in this life I am living. May I be for a blessing as I come and I go. 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 We're going to conclude our service tonight with the chanting of Aleinu, which you will find in your Siddur on page 586. Page 586. Please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liyotzeh bereshit, shelo asanu k'goyei aratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu pororim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר, וחיה אדוני למלך על כל O Shamo Echad. Our thoughts turn now to those who are missing in this world, those who, of our loved ones whom we have lost. And it is our honor and our duty to remember. In our community, you'll find the words of the Kaddish, by the way, I'm going to pre-tell this, on page 598, so you can prepare to share the words of the Mourner's Kaddish with everyone here, page 598. All the innocent lives lost in the weeks and months of war in Israel and around the world. We're in the period of Shloshim, of the first 30 days of mourning for Marie Komaransky and Alex Rosenwald. We're thinking this week of the families of Anne Elizabeth McNally, Barnett Medwidoff, Eli Davids, George Kemeny, Jim Morris, Lily Curtis, Mary Chatter, Max Hain, Michael Wolf, Morris Borofsky, Philip Michael, Philip Liss, Robin McKiergan, Sam Yanover, Shirley Ruth Shibulash, Sidney Bloom, Sybil Smith, and William Mackover. The words of the Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabba, be'alma divrach yeruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayachon v'yomechon, uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehe shmei rabba mevorach le'alam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudasha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Useh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel. And we say together, amen. You may be seated as we call Roy Pollington to the bima to share with us some upcoming news. It's a long way up, isn't it?
It is, short legs. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Roy.
There is no religious school tomorrow morning, and our Torah study will be online only. Join Cantor Baruch online tomorrow at 11 a.m. to delve into Parashah Vayigash. Registration is now open for our January 25th trivia night. Just $10 to participate and $5 for registering for simultaneous youth programming. Check your weekly temple email to book your spot. Breakfast Club is back with the next generation. Our young adults who are doing amazing things in the world will be presenting in January and February online. What a great way to get to know our members' families. Jews in Space. This is a new program. This is a new program for those who love science fiction and discussing all things futuristic in TV, film, and literature. We will spend 4 Sunday evenings watching clips from various sci-fi series and discussing the Jewish values and content explored. Register in your weekly Temple News email. Jewish Fun with Baby and Me is continuing in the new year. Join us Fridays at 11:30 a.m. with your little one for Jewish songs and stories and time to meet other Jewish families. And thank you to Morley for blessing the Shabbat candles this evening, and to Patty Blursh for preparing our own egg. And thank you to Daniel Warren for managing our streaming equipment, and to Elisa Williams for serving as our Zoom host. Your efforts are all greatly appreciated. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you so much, Roy. Would you help me make Kiddush tonight? You'd be delighted, right?
Wasn't what I had in mind.
Okay, goodness. All you have to do is hold the cup.
I will.
Okay.
I've done this before.
Please rise for the sanctification of our wine this evening. We'll do a blessing. We bless the candles, we will bless the wine, and we will bless the challah tonight, made by Rhonda Dahan. ויהי רביעי בוקר יום השישי, ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחול אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנהילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen. L'chaim, right? Fantastic. Now, let's get our challah. Okay, our beautiful challah cover, the 7 species on it, made by, he's here tonight, Boris Appel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. William, could I trouble you to share this with others? Thank you so much. Shabbat shalom, everyone. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. Hine matov omanayim shevet achim yachad. Well done, sir. Oh my goodness, that was my fault. I should never have tortured you that way. Would you like to take home the challah?
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Oh, goodness.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
I don't like being up so high. Next week is